What's going on, guys? Snake Eyes here playing some more Dark Souls 2, and welcome to my second out of 3 viewer requested boss weapon showcases. The boss weapon we're going to be showcasing today is the Curved Dragon Greatsword. Now if you don't know how to get this weapon, all you have to do is make your way up to Dragon Shrine, talk to the Ancient Dragon. He'll give you the Ashen Mist, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to go back to Brightstone Cove, go back to the Duke's Freya's boss room, and I don't know if you've noticed, but there's actually going to be a crystal statue that's right underneath the big dragon that's up in the ceiling. All you have to do is interact with that, and in that memory, you just want to go and examine the ancient dragon. That's the actual real ancient dragon, and I'll get more into that a little bit later. But as soon as you interact with that, it's going to give you the ancient dragon soul. Take that soul to Weaponsmith Ornifex and trade it to her. I think it costs 1,500 souls. I'm not too sure. It's been a minute since I've done it. But that's how you get this weapon. And all in all, I have to say that I really like this weapon. It's kind of unique. It's kind of different. I'll get into everything else in a minute. But right now, we're actually going to go into the details. It starts off at 160 base damage, which isn't too bad. This weapon is a little unique, and like I said, I'll get into it in a little bit. It weighs 18 pounds, and as you can see, the bonus that I'm getting is almost equal to the actual base damage. And the reason that is because it actually has an S scaling in dexterity. It requires 30 strength to wield and 18 dexterity to wield it, but it gets a C scaling in strength, which isn't too bad, but it also gets an S scaling in dexterity. And for people like me who actually have, I think 40 dexterity, that S scaling at 18 is actually what's giving me a pretty huge boost. I don't know, I really like it. I think it's pretty cool. It's kind of weird because you don't really see weapons that require a whole lot of strength to get an S scaling. It makes this weapon a little unique, but all in all, like I said, I really like it. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the description of this weapon. A curved dragon greatsword forged from the soul of the ancient dragon. In the age of the ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog, a land of gray crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. Now, the effect on it is the special attack is the R2s. It's the strong attack, but I'll save those for last. This weapon is actually somewhat situational when it comes to one-handed and two-handed moves, and I'll show you just right now. The one-handed attacks are horizontal, while the two-handed attacks are vertical. But what I really like about this weapon is it's not your standard vertical that you would get when they grab the sword and they slam it up against the floor and then they lift it up from there. It actually reminds me, and I'm actually glad that I do have this weapon, it reminds me of something like the shuttle or even like the mace, where it's side to side but it's still up and down. It's vertical but it's side to side, and basically it kind of allows for a quicker recover time. Not too much because it's still a great sword, it's still heavy, so it's not as much as like obviously the shuttle where I can do a whole lot of attacks on it, but still pretty unique, not too bad. The running attack and the backstep attack are actually the same. The one-handed and two-handed are opposite directions. Right there, he went from left to right. Right here, I'm going to go from right to left. Like I said, the back step is also the same. I actually kind of screwed that one up. I'll do it again. And the shield bash and the jumping attack are the same thing. Shield bash with the hilt of the sword, and jumping attack, slamming down. I forgot what the rolling is, so I'm actually going to just see it right now. Actually, yeah, that reminds me, I really like the rolling attack. I don't know why the hell I forgot it, but this one is regular slam. Not too bad. You know, it's just a standard thing, but I really like the two-handed rolling attack because it's pretty damn quick. It's not something that you'd expect, especially from a sword this big. I really like it because in PvP, this could actually get somebody by surprise. You never know, somebody who's not familiar with the weapon and you've been doing some pretty slow attacks can actually get surprised by a rolling attack like that, because like I said, it's pretty fast. I really like it. The recover time isn't that bad. All in all, I really like this weapon. We're gonna go ahead and get into the strong attack. Now take note, the strong attack from one-handed and two-handed are the same, so it doesn't really matter, and I'll get into the effect of what happens when you do it. Basically, the effect is it'll push back the enemy, it'll make the enemy fall over. I haven't had too much time to fool around with it because I actually tried to hurry up and just rush through the game, because if you guys don't know, The Ancient Dragon is not for a very it's actually pretty deep in the game, and I think when I got this request I was actually just finishing. I think I just got to Dragon Lake Castle, so I had to do a lot of catching up. But the two-handed attack as well is the same thing, and like I said, I'm pretty sure it pushes them over. It should push them over at least, and it actually looks like the two-handed might get a little bit more range, but I'm not too sure. Keep in mind that every single time you do a strong attack, the special attack, it takes away 10 durability off of your weapon, and this weapon only has 60, so in PvP I guess it would be safe to assume that you can do maybe 3 or 4 of these. You might be pushing it if you want to do 5, because in PvP your weapon actually degrades a little bit more than you would expect. There's been times where I haven't even noticed, but my weapon was actually getting pretty low, and I didn't even expect it. So it's safe to assume that you can do maybe 3 or 4 and not really have to worry about it. But that's going to go ahead and wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. One more is going to come out after this, and it's going to be the final one of the day. Be on the lookout for that. And until next time, take care.